Hey now, welcome to the RaceGrooves Weekend Show. I hope you've had a great week, and I hope this upcoming week is doing well. Look how nicely lit I am. You can see my face. It's not like I'm hidden in the darkness, using the same lights on the side, using the same overhead light. What's different? A t-shirt. The dark t-shirt, the camera picks up the light on my face and lightens up my face. Look what happens when I use a white t-shirt or a lighter t-shirt. Man, it makes my face darker. It's almost like it's magic. So I don't know if this is a issue with my camera. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if you can see it. It's in my monitor anyways. Well, not that I'm exactly the best thing to look at, but you want to see who you're listening to, right? Hey, this week I did a live stream later in the week. If you check the channel, I made the live stream unlisted. So if you're a subscriber, you got a notification. So follow that notification. Or you know what you can even do on a mobile device, you can go to my live stream playlist, right? And then when I put the live stream playlist, no, that's only if you want to see the recording. It's still available. If you go to my live stream playlist, it's there. But I think a lot of the times if I do a live stream, I'm just going to make them unlisted. And when I'm done, you can get them by following the notification if you sign up for notifications. Or if you subscribe, you might have got a notification for subscribing. Sometimes YouTube sends an email of things that you'd like to watch. Say, hey, maybe you wanted to see this. But if you're not watching the weekend show regularly, YouTube's not going to tell you, right? And so that's part of the reason. I mean, I hardly get anybody viewing. So if you're not that interested, that's okay. I'm just not going to put it on the channel. If you're interested, you'd be watching, you'd be tuning in, and YouTube would be recommending it to you. And I think it's bringing down the channel. So I just make it unlisted. Now, you can still find it if you go to the RaceGrooves homepage. I have playlists. Look at the tabs. There's whatever, and then videos, and then playlists, and then about. Go to the playlist tabs. Look for live streams, and I have it in there. And even though it's unlisted, because I put it in that folder knows the link, and that's how you can still watch it. So if you get notifications, you got a notification, you can just follow it from there. Or if you follow me from Tweeter, it would have automatically made a post to Twitter saying, that I did a live stream. So you could follow it from there as well. But as far as being seen from the channel, I'm just not going to show it no more. If I do a live stream, I'll hang out for a while and then close the door. Only the people who know how to find it are going to be able to find it, okay? Now, so I thought I'd let you know about that. This week, let me just talk about a few things. And then Majorette sent me Series 2 for their Majorette premium line of diecast. We're going to check that out. So I'm only going to cover a few things before we get to that. Mika the Unboxer, in one of my Off the Pegs channel videos, he wanted to know, I assume Mika's a he, sorry. Can you please, at the end of every video, show what you buy? And that's what I used to do on RaceGrooves. I would have off the pegs. I'd show something off the pegs, and then I'd come back and I would talk about it. And that's not what the Off the Pegs channel is going to be. I don't have the time to give a lengthy explanation about what I bought or feature this or that. It's just for your experience to see what's on the pegs. I just don't have the time, I'm sorry, to add any input. Now, if you're a seasoned collector, you probably know what I was looking at. You probably know what I wanted to buy. Another reason is because, let's say I have an upcoming series, right? And let's say I need multiples because it's something I'm doing for a video. I don't need people to sit there and say, hey, you already bought that Monster Jam Gravedigger. Why do you need another one? Well, I don't have to explain myself. And so this way, if I don't show it, I don't talk about it, I don't have to explain myself to anybody. And you can buy what you bought. You want one, you want 10. It's your money. You can buy what you want. So Off the Pegs is basically a presentation showing you what's in the stores. And you can take from it what you would like from there. Now, M2 found some beautiful trucks. Got some very nice trucks from the M2 line. Except for this one here. Yeah, somebody swapped out the model and then put in a Hot Wheels model. That one's actually a Halloween model from 2016, I believe. Maybe the year before. I'm not sure. Rivera's Hot Wheels, to the person that returned that at $222. You have to be one lame low life of a person to do that. Good for you to get a refund on it. Never seen that before, Hot Wheel. Matter of fact, I gave him a link to, I did review that Halloween Hot Wheel. As a matter of fact, yeah, you know, the people, you're basically stealing the car, and you know you are. You're taking a $5 car, a $6 car, stealing it, and returning a $1 car. So you're nothing but a thief, okay? There's no other way to say it, right? You're stealing. And the stores take the loss. Because even let's say I was the one who stole it, and then I bring it back to the store, for the most part, they're going to take it back because they don't know me. What if I just say, I bought it like that, I didn't know, and then I find out it's wrong? You know, the stores lose out, M2 loses out. They're trying to get their product into stores, and then they take a loss, the store takes a loss, and who knows, at one point, the stores say, man, we don't want to carry M2 anymore. So knock it off, right? The people who are stealing that stuff. Oh yeah, the Hot Wheels model, it happens to be called High IQ. Yeah, interesting name for a Hot Wheels model, and it's kind of funny in this situation. Not funny, kind of ironic, isn't it? Now, I did let him know, I gave him a link to that video. As far as Michael Mathis Jr., on my track time, I'm filming lots of cars for track time, and Michael said, I did a Star Wars video, and he said, I love the Luke Skywalker car, haven't seen the 2-packs. This layout is getting some use, and that's why I leave the layout for a while, and then they film some snippets. And then I was curious, he said it's getting a lot of use. I thought I would look to see exactly how many cars have I filmed. Now these are just fantasy cars. These are not all the Fords, Chevys, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all the other stuff I filmed. It's easier just for me to look at my fantasy cars playlist, right? Not playlist. I'm stuck on YouTube here. My spreadsheet. So when I did the 2016A with the kicker loops, I only did 42 cars. I did 42 extra cars outside of that track time video. Max Trax, that was a vintage track set from the 90s, and a lot of parts, and you could make like 3 different layouts, right? So on layout number 1, I did 67 cars. On layout number 2, I did 39. This track was a little rough, a little hard for the cars to handle. And circuit number 13. Now 2016, seeing no loops, I wanted to do a lot of cars because I had no loops. So that means cars that are low profile, I'm going to get to see how they're going to do. So I did over 100 fantasy cars just on that layout. Now the power loop, the recent track time video I did, had a power loop part on there. I did 40 cars so far. That was just a guess. I'm not sure exactly how many. I filmed a bunch, put them in the jammer, but I'm actually going to put that away, put it in the warehouse. But I'm going to put it on, I call it a stretcher. I'm going to put it on the stretcher, put it over there, and then when I want to film some more cars, bring it back up, put it on the layout table over there, film some more cars. Besides, I got to get some reviews done I got to do some more track set reviews to use them on the Epic Track Battles channel. That's going to be coming up soon. Thank you for subscribing. I think we're near 800, somewhere in that area for 800 subscribers, no videos. Not too bad, huh? But anyways, let me go ahead. You know what? Coming up next, Majorette did sing me Series 2. Well, most of it. A little goof up. They haven't responded yet. Anyways, coming up next, let's check out, you'll be seeing Majorette Series 2. Majorette sent me Series 2 to check out. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the number 2 for Series 2. Once again, 3 different segments. You have racing cars, you have limited edition, and premium cars, and each kind of have their own focus. Let's go ahead and take a look at the premium cars first. Pardon the Band-Aid. Cut my thumb washing the dishes. So I think you'd rather see a Band-Aid than a big gaping hole. VW Golf 7 GTI Series 2. You have your headlight decals. You have headlight inserts, badging in the front. By the way, these will have opening features. You can see the hatch opens in the back. You can see brake lights. Opening features and suspension. If you look on the bottom, you can see bars through those holes right there. So you know that your car will have a little bit of suspension when you're driving it around. I was supposed to get a set of these cars. Unfortunately, we have a little mix-up. I'm missing a car. I got 2 of this one. The car, I did a little research, and the car that's missing is an orange Jaguar. I'll have to take care of that later on. Here we have the Chevrolet Camaro. Opening doors, tail lights. You have plastic inserts for the windows and a racing stripe over the top. And all of these, by the way, have suspension, so I won't show you the base on each one. And we have the Bentley Continental GTV8S in white. There's your look. This is the orange for the Jaguar is kind of more like this, I believe, from pictures that I've seen. Range Rover Evoque. Nice details. And these are not dollar cars. That's why you get premium features, like opening features. And the suspension. That's why it's worth the money for the extra cars. Plus, all licensed cars. No fantasy stuff. Dodge SRT Viper. Opening doors. Tail lights. And there's a look at the front. Let's go ahead and take a look at the limited edition. Here you have the Jaguar F-Type. I think actually this might be the car that was the orange one I'm missing. And it would be in this series right here. Anyways, we'll have a look. Now, just because it's in another series doesn't mean it's going to not have opening doors. This one definitely has opening doors so far. It has suspension. And you might have those features in the other cars, but not necessarily. Check out the limited edition. Has like a chrome paint job. So, of course, opening doors. And this one does have suspension. As a matter of fact, I think we lucked out. All of these had suspension for the limited edition. Series 2. Here we have the Chevrolet Camaro. I think there's another Camaro in the... Did I pass it, or is it in the other one? Chevy Camaro here. So this one kind of yellow and black decorations. What do you think about the wheels? Looking pretty good. Opening doors, and this one does have suspension. Same car, same model. So this one, premium, got a nice paint treatment. This one looks pretty good too. I'm not knocking one over the other. Mercedes AMG GT. Opening doors. A look at the wheels, and it does have suspension. Here we have the Nissan GTR, looking good in that metallic color. I don't know if the camera's picking up the metallic or if it's just looking like glare to you. I'm not sure. Has the inserts for the headlights. Hey, so far we're on a roll. All opening features, all working suspension, and no fantasy models, hey? All licensed models like the Dodge SRT Viper. There's another Viper. Metallic, blue, taillights, opening doors, and headlights. And the last metallic in the limited edition series, Ford F-150, and a very cool metallic green. Says The Beast on the side. Pretty cool how they have these slash marks on here. Hey, Wolverine must have attacked it, or somebody. Ford logo on the black. You got your blue oval. Opening hood, obviously, you can see. There you go. That's the last one from the limited edition series. Now we're going to take a look at the racing cars. And racing cars don't generally have opening features. But this one does have suspension. You can see the two openings right there. Tail lights. You have a spoilers racing logo right there. Can't call it a spoiler. It has a hood. Can't be a spoiler. Ford Racing on the windshield. And there's your inserts for the headlights. Man, it just looks good. Love the dimensions, love the color, love the licensed models. Here you have the Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Oh, check that out right there. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Wow, look at that. All the way across the top. Racing number 1. No opening features, I don't believe. Actually, this one might open. I'm looking right there. It might open, I'm not sure. I can see a line right there. And you have the openings on the bottom, so it does have suspension. Subaru WRX STI. Opening door, you can see it has the line for, no, maybe not. It's maybe not. Maybe not. You have to open one up, let me know. Porsche 918 Spyder. No opening features, but it has the inserts for the headlights. I like this one. I like the color presentation. I like the car. Now, it does not have suspension, but this is one of my picks out of the litter. I really like the overall look of the car. Love the car, love the colors. Pretty unique. Has a does it have a painted spoiler? Looks like it has a painted spoiler. Yeah, it's painted. You can see the white underneath. Nice and sleek. Now the Lamborghini Reventon is sleek as well. No suspension. But I don't know, I'm kind of Lamboed out, to be honest with you. Looks good. They do it nice. No headlights. I think someone told me it might have pop-up headlights. There's your Lamborghini Reventon. And last but not least, we have the Renault Alpine ZAR. Love this car too. He's a little wide for the track, but kind of got Golf colors. Kind of Golf. Renault on the spoiler in the back, on the wing. On the roof, has some type of licensing. Renault, I don't think that says Aliso. I think it says A11050. That's what it appears to say on the roof. I like this car. I think this was in Series 1, and I liked it as well. And it was a little unfortunate that it was a little wide for the track. No suspension, but a nice looking model. Thanks again to Majorette for sending these for me to check out. Really nice cars. I'm really glad that we have another toy car manufacturer providing their merchandise here in the United States. Opening features, got suspension, all licensed cars. And they're only available at Toys R Us right now. Who knows about in the future? But right now the exclusive is at Toys R Us. And even the car that's missing, I will be looking for that Jaguar. I wrote it down. I'll be looking for that car that was missing. Or maybe he'll just send me the one that I'm missing. Coming up next, Ask RaceGrooves. Welcome back. Here we go. Ask RaceGrooves and comments from last week's weekend show. Speaking, I talked about t-shirts, or the t-shirt and how it's affecting. Well, last week I had like a gray t-shirt and it had a little hole in the shirt. So it was for Hall of Fame. It was an event. You catch it. Anyways, let's move on. So Robert Luby, very funny. Hall of Fame. Instead of it being Hall of Fame, it's the Hall of Fame. That was pretty good, Bubba. Thank you very much. ROR Madness, Ask RaceGrooves, do you think you can do a day where you review the Monster Jam toys like Monster Mondays or some other day of the week? Well, Monster Mondays. What about Majorette Mondays? What about Matchbox Mondays, right? Well, you know, the deal is it's the RaceGrooves channel, and if I don't really want to give a particular brand a dedicated day of the week for their products to be showcased, right? They don't sponsor the channel. Majorette, send me some cars to review. That doesn't help me pay the bills, right? Matchbox, don't help me pay the Hot Wheels. Nobody, I'm not sponsored. And Christmas is coming up real quick, and time's running out for them to show interest to get a sponsored video before the holidays. I'm not interested. That's why I did Truckin' Tuesday. It could be any truck, right? Now you can do what you want on your channel, right? If I wanna wear a Hot Wheels shirt, I can wear a Hot Wheels shirt, right? But imagine if you're a NASCAR driver, and then how do you make your money? From sponsorships. All those logos on the side of the car, right? All of those are sponsors to help that team pay for the car, pay for the races, pay for the personnel, pay for all that stuff, right? They sponsor the car. So when you look at my YouTube channel, right, you get all that exposure, right? Nobody pays for a sponsorship, right? Yeah, I love what I do. Yes, I do what I do. I get it, right? But no, no manufacturer is going to get a specific day of the week. Monster Monday, some other, there you go. But you know, I'm a toy car channel, so I review various things from time to time. So you'll be seeing some Monster Jam coming up. As a matter of fact, Patreon members, patrons, they already know. They got a heads up what's coming next. Thank you, patron supporters. They got a little behind the scenes view of what's going on. David Menez, Ask RaceGrooves, will Hot Wheels make a famous YouTuber car line? I don't know if they will or won't, but more than likely, no, I doubt it. Gamer6628, Ask RaceGrooves, greetings from Egypt. I am a collector all the way from Egypt. My name is Farouk. I'm also in the community on Facebook. He's talking about the RaceGrooves community on Facebook. I have a curious question. Why do you think there are nationals and conventions? I don't get why there are collectors nationals. If there are collectors conventions, which are probably a lot bigger and a lot more exciting as well, what do you think they do? What do you think is the reason they do both? And this is how it started out. Mike Strauss started the conventions, I think, might have been late 80s, definitely early 90s, right? Well, they started getting 1,000 people. A lot of people were attending, right? So in 1998, the first convention I went to, I believe this is the process. 98, they decided what they would do is, I don't know if they had a convention every year. What they decided to do is have a convention in California for 98, and I think in 99, the Nationals is outside of California. People would say east of the Mississippi. I don't know if that's necessarily true, right? But the Nationals will be, it can't be true. It's been in Dallas. But anyways, let's just say not in California. So they would alternate years, and 98 here, California, 99 somewhere else, 2000 here, and maybe 2001 was somewhere else. But at some point, look, the hobby definitely showed that it could support. Enough people were interested to go that they can make it California in October as the convention, and the Nationals is outside of California, and that's generally in like first week of April. It was a little harder for me to make it because we have family birthdays and we have different things. It's harder for me to make it to the Nationals. California, I just go right down the freeway. Ain't no problem there. But that's why they have different names, different events, different locations. It's run by the same people now. Mike Strauss doesn't own it anymore. He might have a little interest, but he pretty much sold the business to Mark and Jennifer. So that's the reason they do both. One's in California and one's out. Patrick J's Vintage Finds. Can't wait to see the red lines you picked up. Speaking of conventions, I did some convention pickups videos, and I have a playlist of different convention pickups. But I have not got to the red lines, sorry, because I was working on my Halloween downhill race. I was filming some snippets. I just didn't get a chance. So, my apologies. Since you're watching, we're just going to randomly grab. Now, I already showed the Diora, right? I'm just going to randomly grab a car. And most of the stuff I picked up, well, we got this one. Let me get one more, too. You'll find out why. Oh, as a matter of fact, two of these are Amanda's and Jeremy's. I got to get them back. I got to do the video so I can give them the red lines. I bought them both the red line. Anyways, most of the cars that I bought were from RD. A fellow named RD gives me a nice price. I'll get that later. I don't want to squish it. Anyways, I picked up several colors. I picked up several colors of like Brom Repco, Grand Prix, right? These are called Grand Prix cars. So I hardly have any of these red lines, mainly because, you know, they're not known for good downhill racing. You can't send them to the boosters. You want to mess up those axles. That's how you do it. Send them to the boosters. Maybe I can get those tubs or whatever side pockets, pods. I don't know what they're called, something like that. Anyways, I don't want to put them to the boosters. But I bought several colors of each. And I'd like to have some kind of downhill race with those. And that group of cars, I think there's 3 different cars. They're very similar, open wheelers. And I think they were called the Grand Prix series. I'm sure experienced redline people will let me know. So most of the stuff I bought was that. But, oh, this one's beautiful. Look at, oh, wrong side. It looked good to me. Yeah, that's a sweetie. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now, I showed this on Instagram, so people on Instagram and probably RaceGrooves community already know. What a beautiful piece of die cast. Looking fantastic. I think this is open fire. Yeah, open fire. Really nice shiny base. Looking good. Very nice. I got a nice price. So I want to do downhill racing, right? You can see a little modeling in the paint. You can see like a little modeling. It's all right for me because, see, I want to do downhill racing, right? And so it has this little blemish in the back. That's not supposed to be there in the middle. I don't know what that is, but that's all right for me, for what I want, and for what I want to do. That blemish is fine. It's no big deal for me. Displays wonderfully. And I don't want to spend, this one I think was like $100. I forget, in the 100, maybe it could have been in the low hundreds, right? If I wanted to get one minty mint, we're talking in the mid 200s and up. And I don't need to spend that much for, that's all right. For this one now, I got one, it's all right. I didn't have one yet. I didn't have an open fire. So that's one that I picked up, Patrick. Now, let's do a few more questions here before we wrap it up. Crabble the Crab, can you make an impossible track? Yeah, I can. And sometimes I've made it and I just scrap it. Why? Because it's not fun for the viewer. Why does the viewer want to see cars keep fail? So, yeah, it can't be impossible. It has to be fun for the viewer to watch as well. Zimbia, I'm glad to know someone finally got my name properly. And I might have read his comment last week. I'm not sure. But he says it's also interesting that the Way Too Fast didn't broke its axles at the second booster. Way Too Fast is an open wheeler. Just like that where the wheels stick out, it's an open wheeler. Personally, I had the problem with the front wheels went loose, or one wheel faces backwards and another upwards. At least the 06 yellow Way Too Fast and 97 orange Way Too Fast. And yeah, the orange one, that's the first edition, I do believe. Looks fantastic. Orange, has black and white checkerboard graphics. Love that car. And it came out right when I first started collecting, right? So I started collecting in 98. So 97s were still on the... I say 98. It could have been 97. I don't know. I was just collecting. I just say 98. But open wheelers. So I'm doing my track time snippets. And look at Surf Creek. We got Houston. We have a problem. A little bit of curvature in the axle right here. It be bent. Helicopter. I should have turned off the lights. But anyways, the reason why I chose that gray Way Too Fast was because I have a lot of them. That color right there, I think it might have been a mystery. I'm not sure, positive. It might have been a mystery model in a black blister. And you're opening you buy them, you open them, you keep getting the same car, you know. So I have a lot of extra. I think it's the Geralda Way Too Fast. But anyways, so the reason why, if I didn't talk about this last week, the reason why I want to talk about it again is because even you don't want to put Way Too Fast in the boosters because it's an open wheeler. I'm doing track time snippets. I'm going to have future presentations, and it's okay if I mess up that Way Too Fast. I have extras of that color there. Krakow, great show, but Mark, you really look like you need a break. Yeah, 7 days a week. That's the life of being a YouTuber, you know. Not to mention stress and all this other stuff. Make a weekend show and it gets 3,000 views. You know, geez Louise. I do a downhill racing video, right? So I try to follow the rules. YouTube rules, whatever you want to call it, right? Make something that's topical. Hey, Halloween's next week. Super 6 lane. People love the Super 6 lane. Make it a race. Make it a competition. There you go. Have a decent thumbnail. Have the action, fast moving pace, right? I made it nice too. I didn't even make it really long. Didn't even put a mid-roll in there. Kept it under 10 minutes. Pretty good presentation, I feel. I don't even think it has 10,000 views yet. I spent 2 days on there and basically earned $10. Anyways, stress. This whole thing's stressing me out. As a fan, I wouldn't mind it if you take a week off to recharge your batteries. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Maybe I could take a day somewhere. I don't know. But that's just me, him. He hopes I get the rest I need. God bless you. Thank you, Krakow. Thank you very much. You know, when you own your own business, you work a lot. I put in so many more hours now than when I was working at the post office. Could have still had my guaranteed job, not have to worry about it. That's still all right. I mean, just I'm going to have to do things different. Like what I told my patrons, something's coming up. F Collector, for those who didn't watch to the end, and a lot of people didn't, only 3,000 views on the last weekend show. So, and I think I kept it fairly, anyways. Yeah, they got a little story at the end. And there you go. You turn into the weekend show. You watch to the end, you get a little something. And I know that Tom shows up all the time, my friend in the East, and see I was stalling for his name. I'll think about it. Watch it every week. He might not catch it on the weekend. Watch it Wednesday. It's not Tim. Jay. It's Toon Man. Jay. Watch it every week, right? And then next thing you know, like Wednesday, I'll get a notice on Twitter saying Jay liked your video. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody who sticks around. I appreciate it. I don't want people to get the wrong impression that I'm not happy with the people who are showing up. Of course, I'm happy with the people that are showing up, right? But don't forget, I'm running a business. This is how I earn my living, right? Let me make sure. Oh yeah, time's flying by. He ordered 2 RaceGrooves logo stickers. Could you autograph them? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Yes, I hope to meet you someday. And if you didn't stick around to the end, I did have some RaceGrooves stickers made. I handed them out at the convention. And if you would send $2 for each sticker. So look, the sticker's not that big, all right? But if you would send $2 per sticker, however many stickers you want, $2 per sticker, and then send a self-addressed stamped envelope, okay? This way, when I get your envelope, I open it up, there's going to be another envelope in there with your address, with a stamp. This way, it makes it faster for me. I just open it up, put your stickers in, thank you, seal it, off it goes. And then you'll get your sticker faster. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. I need to make that announcement on my Facebook page to make it easier for people just to do it. Hero number 2, hey RaceGrooves, or hey Grooves, ask RaceGrooves, do you know Bad Ratitude? It was the name of the name Bad Ratitude from 2013 to 2015, but on 2016 they changed it to Radical Racer. I'm pretty sure someone told you that already. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I noticed it in my case unboxing videos. He's a newer person to watch, but it was just kind of funny how he mentions it and then it shows up in the downhill racing video because it was one of the Halloween cars. And I included that in that presentation as well. So if you missed that Halloween downhill race, there it is. If you missed the last weekend show, and if you want to jump to the end for a little story, you can do that as well. Thank you for watching. Happy collecting. And have fun with your toys. Even if they get a little bit actual, that's $1. They're toys. Have fun with them. Bye-bye.